All right. So we're going to show you how to do multiple teams here. Okay. So the simplest way is to do 2 teams, like red team, blue team. You can have 15 teams if you like. But your world, you'll have a pregame lobby that has kind of no walls here. And you'll have a pregame lobby. And you'll have people just teleport this room and they can pick their teams. Okay, so they can choose the red team or they can choose the blue team. This is the kind of the most straightforward way of picking teams. So the commands for this, if I open this block up, we're adding tags to players. Okay, so tag at P, add a blue player. Here are the other conditionals on this left side here, so you can pause the video and watch that. On our next one, I give them items, right? So we give them a sword or whatever. Make sure you copy these correctly as well. This is conditional, which means that it will only give the player a sword if it gave them a tag. Okay. This next one is a conditional. So chain, unconditional, always active. And what I did was it will only give blue players a golden apple. So give at P tag, if the tag is blue player, give them a golden apple if the nearest person to that block. Okay. And then the last conditional on this is teleporting. Okay. Make sure your teleport command, when you teleport to the base, it's always the last command. Okay. So if I hit this button, it will teleport the player to the blue base, right? And then this base can be wherever you like, and it has given them the items. Okay. Another way of doing teams is randomly doing teams. Okay. So you can set your spawn area. Actually, I'm going to remove my tags real quick here. You can have your players spawn in a room, and then there's a switch on the wall. You can have a sign that says, like, click here to switch your team, to pick your team. And when you click it, it will teleport them to the blue base, tell them they're on the blue team, and it will give them the blue items if you like. Okay. Then the next player that comes up to the switch, and when they flick it, it will put them on the other team. Okay. You don't have to tell your players that it's switching players every single time, but it looks like this on the other side. So what I have is a lever to redstone. Then each time this switch is activated, it either runs that set of commands or it runs this set of commands. Kind of just like putting a button on it, but we're using this to switch between a binary system, 50-50. Okay. Here are the commands in here. So here I put a title at all. Actually, this should be at, I need to fix this actually. Let me pause this. Okay, I need to fix this block real quick. It needs to be title at P. Okay, so the nearest person. So it says, hey, you're on the blue team. Nearest person to this block. It's going to give them a tag, and then it's going to teleport them. Teleport all the players that's nearest, the nearest player that has the blue player tag, and teleport them to the base. And that's what this does. Okay. Here are the commands for that. And it's the same thing for the other team. Okay. All right. And the last thing I want to show you is have it randomly pick teams. It's not random in the way where it's totally random. It's random in the order that they join. Okay. So for this one, you're going to have to set the spawn point between these rows of blocks. So this can be hidden underneath like a, some dirt put on top of it, but the blocks are visible just so we can see them. And the way this works, I'm going to destroy this block. The way this works is this detects a player. Okay, so it says teleport player at all, any player that's in a radius of 3 to these coordinates. Okay, and these coordinates teleport players to the red base. Okay, and then the red base, you're going to make sure that only the red players can get into the red base. And this was built just like the other one. Okay, it will teleport players into the red base. And the other command block will teleport players into the blue base. Okay, so when they join the world, And then when they land here, it's going to detect them and then teleport them to the other side. It switches back and forth because this block deletes the redstone block that's here that triggers this. And this block puts a redstone block over here to set this one up next. So it's going to repeat infinitely until all the players join. So a player joins, let's say I join and I teleport, right? So now I'm on blue team, right? I hit the button, I'm on blue team, ready to play the game. Then the next player joins the world, right? And when they join the world, right, so they fall into the world and they join the world, it will teleport that next player to the red team, and then they're on the red team. And if you keep flying back over here, each time a player joins, this block will switch back and forth, okay? So actually, I don't think I showed you those commands really quickly. So here's what it looks like. Teleport at all, and then the coordinates of the base. Here are these. Here is setting a block to air. And that is this position right here. So these numbers you see right here is actually that position. And then here, this setting this redstone block is this one over here. So each time a player comes over here, the redstone block switches to the other side. Back and forth until all the players have joined. This, when you build it, make sure it's far away from everything, or not far away, to an area that players cannot access. So outside of bounds or outside the area where players can access.